Once upon a time, police officers were big, chubby, affable types, just drinking coffee and occasionally throwing old Otis in the drunk tank. But over the past few decades, the police have mutated into jacked-up Dwayne Johnson-looking mother raged up on roids and militarized to the gills. They fully expect every traffic stop to be an all-out war, a Waco on wheels, Black Hawk Down in the middle of a small-town strip mall. As we've seen in Ferguson, Missouri over the past week, police now deal with a few unarmed protesters the same way they deal with, say, Godzilla, or a Decepticon, or a zombie Margaret Thatcher. So where did all this military weaponry come from, and how did it end up in Andy Griffith's hands? A lot of it came from NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, which makes it so the Defense Department can donate surplus military equipment to local police. And guess what? Since we spend more on defense than the following 8 countries combined, we have a lot of surplus equipment. Military contractors get rich, missiles get made, and we don't know what to do with all this crap. Pretty soon, we'll have to start using it to build children's jungle gyms, just to get rid of it. Nowadays, tanks, grenade launchers, armored vehicles, and assault rifles are some of the trinkets passed along to cities around America. Many small counties now have 20-ton mine-resistant vehicles, or MRAPs. $546 million of military equipment was given to local authorities in 2012 alone. And keep in mind who gets behind the wheel of these tanks. It's this guy. All right? It's the same dude who put on riot gear to deal with a surly cat. It's the same moron who thought he could drive through wet cement. I'm not saying all cops are idiots, but some are, and now they have grenade launchers. I wouldn't trust that guy with a set of barber shears. So Representative Alan Grayson put forward an amendment to defund this program that transfers military weaponry to police. But the amendment was shot down by a vote of 62 to 355. Why would they do that? Follow the money, you say? Don't mind if I do. The representatives voting to continue funding the program received 73% more from the defense industry than those voting to defund. But the most important point in all of this is that when your only tool is a hammer, then everything looks like a nail. When your only tool is an MRAP, then every teenager with a joint looks like Al Capone. You can see this in the Marvel universe, too. Storm's only tool is bad weather, so every problem looks like something that needs a rainy day. She's like, no, I got this one. I'm gonna throw a rainy day on it. I got it. No, you got the last one. This one requires a rainy day, all right? You know, the Incredible Hulk says Hulk smash because that's what he's got. He never says Hulk help man seek psychiatric care. You know, Wolverine has blades, so every problem needs chopping up. Same with the guy who sells the slap chop. Everything needs chopping. There has been a 1,400% increase in use of SWAT teams over the past 20 years because that's the tool the cops have been given. And considering the amount of money that's being made by producing these weapons, we're getting closer to a police industrial complex in which corporations make a ton of money outfitting law enforcement to wage war against the American people. Serve and protect has become beat and arrest. Showing up in military gear invites battle. All right? And a lot of these cops are ex-military. They like wearing weaponry, and they like feeling like they're in a war zone. So I propose a compromise. Clearly, Congress is not going to stop funneling weapons of war to police officers, but before it gets to them, let's have thousands of preschoolers decorate it all with Hello Kitty, SpongeBob SquarePants, and the Wiggles, all right? Don't worry, you can still tear gas reporters and taser grandmas, but you're gonna look ridiculous. If you want to treat our streets like a war zone, the least we can do is make it something you hate doing. Now let's see how tough you feel, Sergeant Wiggleface.